Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Cold Fire, and I will be doing a tarot reading for the current energies. So I've pulled out some starseed oracle cards, and also something very weird happened as I was getting the tarot cards on the table. Um, this was from a reading that I did about an hour ago. This was probably put in 4 days ago. Yeah, and and this deck also the bottom of the deck is from a previous tarot reading. But what I didn't know, and as I was pulling the deck closer to me, this card slid out. This was the card on the top. So we have three seven of swords here. Let's see. Let's start with this one that slid out because this was on the top. Basically, a deceptive thought form that has been lingering around in the mind, right? And that's why the title is Consciousness Focused on Astral Realm. We, our consciousness has studied, this is for a very select few. I would like to mention it. Um, yes, this is for a very few people who have finished studying uh, their consciousness, their soul has finished, their waking minds has finished studying the 3D world, and the lights flickered at the same moment. So all the fears that we have that we will get hurt, our body's health, our financial well-being, and all of that. What is it all based on? Some souls have finished their study completely, and they find themselves in a place where they can they have nurtured their roots, the immune coli. I'm going to read these cards out. I haven't read them out, and as you all know, this card, this oracle set is still new to me, and it's the Star Seeds Oracle card. This is something very close to me, and because star seeds are still very few in number, and as you know, star seeds are wanderers, so they kind of sometimes leave the bodies, and even during this lifespan, uh, we see it in a very different way. So we have Immune a root, and then Ceres, nurture. So it's like nurturing your roots, where you come from. Like, for star seeds, it's like the opposite. Like, you're nurturing your roots means you have to kind of go back out. It's not the 3D, but for star seeds specifically, this could be their 3D roots. This could be their bodies, and their money and their material world setups. Roots, where does it come from? Even though the consciousness, the soul, has no roots in the 3D. How do you figure out your roots? Is by seeing what you have, the things that you have, and going backwards into the journey of how these things came about to be. Your family name, how did your parents meet? How did your grandparents meet? What is your family business? What's your ancestry? Why do you have this money? Like, even if you know, like, if you're earning on your own, if you've been doing something for a very very long time, like you have a job, um, and you probably graduated and you stuck in the same field. So those are your roots of your career, of your finance, all the material world things. Why do you have these hobbies? Why do you have these passions? Passion is coming up at the end. And Aries act is in reverse. Aries says act. and it's in reverse here. So it's time to kind of go back to the root of your material world setup. Where does it stem from? Or your past, all of it. Now, starseeds have actually done their soul searching, their actual roots, their starseed lineage, and then it was time for just it was like a crash course. Try to see what your 3D world past is like. What is the root cause of your 3D world in this reality, right? What is it? What is it? Because our consciousness is focused here. And let me tell you, like on YouTube, we are all communicating in the 5D. Okay, so yes, we are communicating in the 5D. We might not be physically present in this same world. If we were to, and more often than not, I don't think somebody connects connects with YouTube in the 3D. Like even if you've met, it's for the time being. It's for the present moment that a pocket universe was created, a pocket dimension was created where you it's like a I call it the waiting room. John Paul Sartre's no exit, like you a pocket realm is created in the physical. The dog is howling in a very creepy way, and the police sirens are going off. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really, really freaky. The frequency, I can feel it somewhere uh, in my gut. All right, so I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check and shut the door properly. So everybody that you've had to face here on YouTube in material world reality, whoever you are connected to on YouTube. I said Facebook for I don't know why, but okay. So that'll be for another day or probably another time in the reading. Um, we are meeting each other from parallel realities here on YouTube. If you've met somebody in the real world, is because that uh, pocket dimension in the 3D physical was created so that you'll get to interact in the 3D material world, and you'll get some information from each other as to about your roots. All right. So that is the main purpose of the 3D world, is so that we can actually physically use a body and see the interaction of physical interaction, the physics of interaction, the materialistic section of this of existence. This is a laboratory. It's a practice field. It's for to practice everything. It's 11 o'clock. It's practical material world practice, so that you understand how uh, if you have to figure something out in the 5D energetically, the best way for you to do that sometimes, if like, is to actually come here as a soul and see how it is in the 3D. And that is exactly why we're born here. So unless and until you've learned the lesson, your body is going to be safe, in the sense, like if it dies, if something happens in this reality, your consciousness is automatically going to shift in another reality. which might look, which is possibly going to look exactly like this. And it'll go back to the point where you messed up. Like you'll start, let's say if a person dies at the age of 50, 55, and that is very young, right? uh, but still not very, not that very very young to die, but not that young in in a sense of age, right? So but it's still young, so if they still have lessons to learn, they will have jumped into the body, in the physical body in an alternate reality, and the mind will connect to that reality at the point damage was done, at the age damage was done, something is damaging. It's generally this thought form, this deceptive thought form. It could be at the age of, let's say, 2 or 3, or if you were born in a family by at birth they spoke uh, deceptive thoughts, the programming inside you, you will start living from that point. Which does not mean that this has to happen. Like, you have to die to, like, learn, correct the mistake. It can happen while, like, in this same reality. And that's why we're communicating uh, in these pocket realms. And I think for the uh, last 2 years, like this pocket dimension like kind of opened up. It's like where we thought that this entire planet, we had the apocalypse, right? So that pocket dimension opened up where we could communicate with each other from parallel realities. That's why we've been meeting our divine counterparts as well, other twin flame people. That's why there's an increased numbers in twin flames, is because we it's like the planet Earth is on pause in the 3D. It's in a state of limbo, was in a state of limbo. And we've had our 3D interactions. We've addressed the we have accepted the fact that we have a bug in our mind, which is causing us to die before we have had other the interactions that are necessary in this reality, right? In this reality, we've been running away from it, and then our soul looks back. Oh, okay, we've been running with, first of all, too many thought forms, and then deceptive thought forms, and then some about especially the twin flame journey. That's what I've noticed, or rather the soulmate, or the choices that we have. Like, this 3D world will is built and designed in such a way, so that it keeps you here, because without you here, uh, it cannot sustain. The purpose is lost. It's incapable of thinking. The planet Earth was incapable of thinking when it was in the third density. That the consciousness of the entire planet is what I'm talking about, not human beings, not nothing. No, the entire planet, from since uh, it's been here, right? It has just now shifted into 4D, for a fourth density. Up until this point, it was making sure the souls are stuck here, so that so in the mental world of of third dimensional Earth, third density Earth, that matrix, the old earth matrix, was making sure that it keeps you looking back here as well, even if your job was done. And the way it was doing it is through these deceptive thought forms, the burden of these deceptive thought forms, and more thought forms for you to look back on. And it was mainly regarding the twin flame concept, or earlier it was called as marriage is made in heaven. Then people would just marry anyone. They would look at all of these options, and then they were asked to pick, or they were forced to pick because of either their parents or some situations and circumstances. And then the thought form entered that whoever you just get married to, or you whoever you end up with, that deceptive thought form, that was the right one for you, without doing any kind of soul searching as to what the connection, the purpose of the soul was. Then you fast forward to the time when the pocket dimension was opened up. What it revealed to me was that not only had the general consciousness of the earth understood the entire concept of twin flame, and we're talking about this in mental aspects as well, that means the mathematics of it was also very clear. But weaker minds, lesser minds, who were not ready to let go, because I think they are so used to everybody, all the souls, and their minds attached to those souls are so used to having it easy. The 3D world is really easy. You can do a few things and get away with it. Get away with it. But the higher dimensional, or the uh, when your consciousness moves to higher dimensions, it's like uh, none of these arrangements are there. It's divine order. It's divine timings. It's the energy recognizes the energy very clearly. You can't get away with planting deceptive thoughts in somebody else's mind, getting them stuck here, because this is what souls are in the 3D, especially because divine counterparts divine counterparts are actually two two souls. This is incarnation one, and this is incarnation two, right? From your perspective, that is incarnation two, and from their perspective, you are incarnation two, right? So there is this duality, which is very uncomfortable, but this is still the fourth density, is what I'm talking about. This is still the mental world I'm talking about. Now you come to the physical world. There is there is too much. There is too much, and it's overwhelming. It is easy. It is easy for everyone except for people who have come so far along the twin flame journey. The soul has always been on the twin flame journey, and they have always had this knowing. The ones newly initiated are just finding out the kind of deception that was spoken into their mind. So the first wave, or the ones or star seeds who are on the twin flame journey, have always known that these are not options, but I'm gonna have to face these people in probably romantic situations, marriages, whatever. They always had that knowing. And but for some time, that knowing was being challenged as well, because you had to recognize the mind of the manipulator, the manipulated, the the lazy, and the ones who are capitalizing on have on the information, because twin flame and divine counterpart information just launched out there, was launched out there. Earlier it was all kept really secret, because um it was not for everybody. But now, like, information just had to be thrown out into the open for genuine twin people on the twin flame journey, star seeds, for all of them to to say now, hey, listen, we have nothing to hide. We can escape your manipulation. We have figured out. So now this seven of swords is different. It's like this person is like an investigator who, or a rescuer who has found this child, and he has rescued it from this water body, right? And it's safe and sound. So like this information is safe and sound because it's sacred. It's sacred. And another thing in the scenario is like this ape like human is sitting here, the monkey mind is sitting here waiting to see, just waiting and watching and seeing what this is, so that it can use something against, like, against the truth is what is coming to me. They sit and observe and learn these things or gain knowledge on the truth of twin flames. That's what they have done. They have gained the truth on twin flames, and they have been waiting and watching for a time of that they can use it against us. And that's what they did in the last 2 years. The reason why they did that is so that we realize who are the projections and illusions in these things going forward, because like I said, the study has been done, and the Earth's consciousness has also ascended to fourth density. We have the star card here, and I had said 16 days after the Mercury retrograde, you are going to connect with your highest level soulmate. You are going to connect with your highest level soulmate. Messages will begin coming from there. They will. Solar calm. This is the start. So you will be stepping into the future. This is the future of your soul. We are not just talking about 3D world now in this reading. It's the future of your soul. So there's no point in checking whether it is your birth chart not node or not. And why I'm saying that with so much confidence is because um, Katyayani's birth chart has not node is Aries, and Aries is reversed here. So it's pointless. Remember, it's your future. No zodiac, no nothing. It is the future from the fourth density perspective, looking up towards the fifth density, where your soul is actually, your soul is really there. It is just looking down at a body, a vessel that it can focus itself on. But now that it is done, it's like it's time to digest. It's time to digest the truth. It's kind of done. These 3D world plots have been exposed, and now you gotta digest that fact that this is how the 3D, the third density is. It is what it is. It is what it was. Now I've got to have a fourth density perspective, because I'm now very close to the source, and the source of my soul, this incarnation, this specific soul. Especially if you are on a twin flame journey, you have got to be looking at things when from the 3D. So in the fifth density, your divine masculine counterpart and a divine feminine counterpart are one. That means you are one soul that is on the 3D, was on the third density twin flame journey. Now you're in the fourth density twin flame journey. That's why your divine counterpart is going to show up as another polarity. So, if in your third density life, your energy has mainly been uh, either masculine or feminine, or in the last stage, if you switched polarity, whichever was the last focus of your polarity, whichever one, either the masculine or feminine, in the fourth density perspective, you are going to be that polarity, and you are going to, your divine counterpart is the other polarity. So if at the time when Earth ascended into fourth density, ascended, graduated into fourth density, right? At that point, your divine feminine polarity, your energy was focused on divine feminine. We have Sirius nurture here, so I'm guessing I'm addressing divine feminines. It could be divine masculine as well, like, you never know. So, okay, but mostly I'm sensing divine feminines are going to come across this reading. So if at the time of ascension you were in divine feminine polarity, so from in the fourth density perspective, you are going to see your divine counterpart as divine masculine counterpart, and they are going to see you as the divine feminine counterpart. So far you were just sensing each other's energy. My masculine energy is it is exactly like their masculine energy. Their feminine energy is exactly like my feminine energy. Or if I'm feeling exceptionally masculine, or if I'm feeling exceptionally feminine because of some wounding, trauma, toxicity, toxic feminine energies around me, toxic, wounded masculine energies around me, or vice versa, whatever it might be. That's why I have to focus on my particular aspect so that I can cherish and nurture it, right? Then you are going to see them mirror that. Mirror is then the opposite. So when the feminine is focused, when one counterpart is focused on the feminine aspects of it because of some wounding and toxicity, their divine counterparts masculine is going to mirror the same energetically interactions. So you're going to say the words, and then you're going to do the things and whatnot, correct? So but in the future, it's like there is going to be a an eternal, timeless solar calm, and you're being asked to immerse in the calmness of things when it comes to the fourth density, because it is now just duality. Now you're just seeing each other very clearly, very clearly. This is my divine counterpart. It could also be gender, all right, like, just because you spent a lot of time, you've spent time in the at the time Earth moved from third density to fourth density. If you are in a, you were focused, your consciousness was focused in a female body, right? That's why they were saying gather your energies, gather your energies. So if you spent your time, your soul energies in a female body, then you, in your mind, you will identify as the divine feminine counterpart. It is making it very clear. It's simplifying it. It's making it binary. It's just making it binary. It's not making a duality where something is opposed to each other. They're two separate things. It's just making binary. One goes with zeros. The combination of ones and zeros. Just it's making it that simple. And that there is this beauty and the simplicity when it comes to our future. Whoever's connecting with this reading, there is this beauty and simplicity that is coming from clarity, and that the hard shell that the crab has, that it needs so that it can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to the bottom of the ocean, even crawl under the bed of the ocean. No matter how deep it, like crabs go really, really, really deep, and they immerse themselves into the depths of the the foundation of this infinite ocean of existence. That's what. So you've developed the shell as well. It like your vessel is ready. It's, look at this. Look at the shape. Look at the angles. It's ready to travel. This is your soul, which is being hosted in here. In this full moon, something's going to happen. You're going to feel an entire immersion into your future. You will finally be in the future of things, in the north node of things. And again, there is literally, I'm getting there's action is obsolete now. Taking action is obsolete. This is specifically for the ones who have done the action that is needed to break this deceptive this deceptive thought regarding twin flames in your own mind. I'm going to check on what that is specifically for people, but it's coming up. Let's start clarifying a little bit. Let's get some clarity on these Seven of Swords and the accompanying underall energies as well. All right. Let's just, but focus on digesting what is whatever's gone down. Even if you haven't taken the action, it doesn't matter. Like, it's whatever you did was enough. Whatever you did was enough. But I'm talking to the people who've specifically taken actions, and not everybody on the twin flame journey, old or new, no one, because this is timeless. Like, if you've just felt initially initiated, whereas Earth was already in 40, is because, like, you could only see the initiation after these deceptive thought forms had been fought off already by other light workers. That's why you recognize that you are actually, or that's why you get the opportunity, and that's why you get it's not like an opportunity. I'm so sorry, but like, it's like that's how you get initiated onto the twin flame journey. Light workers are meant to do this. This is their job. and es- and if you resonate with the 144,000, this is your only job in 3D, um is to it's about the twin flame journey. You have more information on the actions that need to be taken. You'll get information and knowledge about this more easily. You'll get guidance about twin flame easily. That's why you're a twin flame guides. And the 144,000 are Archangel Michael's legion, and he's the guardian angel for twin flames. So there. How did you realize that you still didn't have your energies balanced to move forward? Why were you not? So it's like a meta question. Why were you not? Why are you not moving forward? Why are you stuck? It's because it had something to do with balance, and there was a deceptive thought in your mind when it came to balance, right? Balance, harmony in the 3D. So this is pentacles in the 3D world. Can I get some more on it? And yes, we have the star. So this was for the star seeds to figure out, and they needed a chance, an opportunity to speak up. Like, it's like, you can see this. Okay, if you just let me speak, I can tell you what I know. I can't show it to you without speaking up. So throat chakra healing, massive throat chakra healing happened about six started happening around a year ago, I would say, and it was successfully completed somewhere around September, October of this year. Yeah, the final stages was September, October, and I think it's now complete. It's complete. So if you've had the opportunity to speak up, if you've had the opportunity to say things that you were holding back because of deception, then then you figured out why you're still waiting to move forward. Now let's see, we have the Ace of Swords, and then we have another card, two cards. Yeah, the Devil and the Fool. I really don't. Oh, it's okay. Is a clarity on what is holding you back, like, what's setting, what's uh forging your consciousness, what's keeping your physical body stuck, what is keeping your physical world stuck. It's like these thoughts in the mind, and it was regarding, like, the choices that you had when it came to the soul's journey. There is no choice. It's predestination when it comes to the soul's journey, and now it's ready to move into the new reality with the full card here. So it's like, now there is clarity that there was never a choice. So the devil had no power. It was just making us feel like it had some power, or something was left behind. No, it it isn't. So if you're looking back into the past, and if you think that there is anything there, it's like, let me tell you, like, there isn't only that there is nothing there. Like, whatever you're holding in your hands right now isn't there either. This is an imaginary world. There is this movie called The 13th Floor, and it's based on a book, and I know I'm going to pronounce it, even though I know the name of the book. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. I'm going to say it wrong. I just know it. So, but the movie 13th Floor, it's like the protagonists, uh, a gentleman and a lady. Towards the end, towards the end of the movie, they decide to go into the restricted area section of their city. It's like they try and find out from everywhere what goes on over there. They're investigating that matter, right? Like, what happens there? Why is it restricted? Has anybody even gone there? They find no one, nothing. So they get just fed up. They're going somewhere else to save themselves, but then they're like, no. So the man, the gentleman, swerves the car and starts driving towards. I don't know if it exactly happens like this, so don't please hold me. on this, how the scene plays out. But basically, he just charges forward towards where they're told not to go. And when they reach, they throw over the orange cone and the barrier, they break through the barriers and all of that. And when they reach that exact point that is told, so the barriers were, let's say, 20 feet before the actual point from where you can't go. So when they reach that point, there is literally nothing. There is literally nothing, like nothing. There is nothingness. So, what I want to say is like we've had clarity many times, and now probably the devil itself has also spoken the clarity. The devil is like, beyond this point, I have nothing to offer you. Beyond this point means behind this point, and beyond this point, I have nothing to offer you. So, if you're going to carry all of this baggage, thinking that you will need it in the future, there is nothing to offer there. The idle mind is a devil's workshop. My workshop for earth has ended. It's done. I'm done. I'm not going to be setting up any workshop. No, no, no. School's over. So if you're carrying this, karma school is over. You have graduated. All of the thought forms that you needed while you were in karma school are now a baggage. All the behaviors, all the words, all of that are just a baggage, right? You are a completely different creature if you want to think about it. You have, like, you have to stop thinking of yourself as a human being with bones and flesh and fat and all of that. None of it. You have got to drop it at some point. Have to live an extended period of time to know how you can function in the fourth density, where time is literally one singular point. It's like a spatial dimension, and your soul lives your entire life in this dimension. That's why there will be just two incarnations of your soul in that point, you and your divine counterpart soul incarnation. All the other incarnations will not thrive. They will all mix into one, right? The divine masculines and the divine feminines. You might see them around as a in you. I mean, no, you won't. Even if you go back now, you won't. Even when you look forward, definitely not. Because there, you and your divine counterpart are like the same thing. So there is singularity. In the 5D, it's singularity. So right now in the fourth density is, and we're going to spend a long time here, a long, long time here. It's indefinite. These structures are also timeless. And what I mean by the Earth's consciousness is ascended from the third density to the fourth density, has moved or graduated, does not mean that the third density ceases to exist. It's still there, but our focus is supposed to be removed from there. Our consciousness is focused in the fourth density now, which means if you behave and act as if you were in the third density, you are going to be carrying too much unnecessary dead weight. If you're thinking and acting like that, if your life is based purely on third density stuff, if your mind has thoughts which is purely third density, then you are going to be so burdened. by nonsense, unnecessary crap, garbage when you're in the fourth density. And this new life is going to, you're going to feel too vulnerable, this new reality of planet Earth. So all your realities, all the alternate realities of planet Earth have moved from third density to fourth density. So it doesn't even mean that, you jump into another reality. You can't go lower. No, consciousness ascension is permanent and it is only higher. It starts from one and goes up to one, that is singularity. Okay, anyway, so let's clarify this Seven of Swords. Let's see what does that have to say. Okay, I can see the Empress here. I'm gonna have to start holding the cards differently. I'll probably keep a table here as well. Wow. What did I tell you? Empress and the Emperor. This is like, it is only just the one. The divine masculine and the divine feminine. There's only one. There's no choices. The new reality is going to be based on that. If you are still living with the false assumptions or this cult programming uh, done under the name of twin flames, that you can just like do whatever you want to, like, just like marry whoever you want to, live, stretch your life into that, and etc etc, and then get away with it like karmic soulmate, sleep around a lot and have no effect on you. All of that is gone. There is going to definitely there, because there is only one association that's going to be mutual. All other soul interactions are not going to be mutual. There is just one answer to the scenario, that the child needs to be saved and put in a safe place, in a home where it can live its life. The third density is safe. It's about safety. Your monkey mind can keep telling you as much as you want. Yeah, your monkey mind will encourage you to have too many mates, be in those groups, function in groups. Now, in the fourth density, it's only going to be you and your divine counterpart and the world that you create together mutually. Oh, this is a beautiful reading. And it's like this is the higher self instructing all the incarnations, I say divine masculine side, divine feminine side, to be in order and function as one. The higher self is you, your oversoul. Okay, so I'm seeing that soulmate to soulmate bonds, connections, contracts, uh, interactions, or also unnecessary actions in reverse. Gotta, and you see the sign of Cancer, the symbol of Cancer. It's like yin and yang. It's like the divine masculine, feminine, and that's it. I mean, do not like. I'm just a messenger here. I'm just like telling the truth. This is the knowledge of the ages. This is the knowledge of source. This is the divine knowledge. The real gentleman showing up here. You know who your gentleman is. Divine feminines. You all know, and the moon card comes out. It's the divine. Like, be prepared. Be prepared, my lovelies. Whichever way this goes, it the destination is the truth. It's the same. All roads lead to the truth. All hearts of men follow different paths, and that leads to one destination. So I think the divine masculine counterparts have realized that, all everywhere that they've gone in this web of the world, and digitally and everywhere looking around, has led them to their divine feminine counterpart. Everywhere they've looked at everything, everything, and it's like this child that is going to be born out of this love and union, and they want that now. They have that. They can actually feel the child. They can actually feel the child. Your chariot is coming, like your chariot is on the way. They're almost there. Look at this. They take the crossroads. They might have not, even if they went right, even if they went left, it's led. It's leading them. It's led them to you, and now they're very close. After having found the soul that is their child and taken it, accepted it, the soul of your child, divine counterpart, the divine masculine counterpart has received the soul from the infinite oceans and from the infinite waters of existence, and said that yes, this is the soul of my child. I wanted to read this Imam Kalai because I've heard everything else before, but yeah, I mean, also close to reading, but I will read out at least one star codes astral oracle. I keep calling it star seeds oracle card, but it's star codes astral. Yeah, but it's like it's really effective only on, it's useful for star seeds. So if you work with star seeds, or if you are a star seed, if you're dealing with a star seed, otherwise it doesn't resonate. You can't do like normal readings here. Like said this, she said this, he did that, they did this. Like, no, well, it doesn't come out. It doesn't, just doesn't come out. It doesn't stick. What is it? Has anybody ever heard this before? Imam Kalai. Imam Kalai. It's good. I'm so looking forward to it. Why can't I find it? Oh, it's a location, cardinal points. How interesting. Imagine your spine extends down into the earth like a taproot, the strong central root under a tree, through the earth to a point on the sun's path below. I want to show you. It's talking about the imagery of the card. Latin for bottom of the sky. The Immaculai or IC points to the memories and experiences that feed your first roots. See, this is what I was saying. Like, star seeds will connect to this. I had no idea this is what, like, it's just based on the word roots. Okay. Experience that fed your first roots, your early home life, your family traditions, and your biological and emotional heritage. Action. Look to the roots. Think about what makes you feel at home and secure. What creates sanctuary for you? Investigate the foundations and become conscious of the traditions and assumptions that underlie the situation. Lean into habits that help you feel secure and grounded. If you enjoyed your childhood, family traditions can help you feel safe and strong in a storm. If you grew up in chaos, you may crave the opposite and so create your own quiet sanctuary. If you grew up around arguments, arguing with people at home may seem normal to you, but that may not be the case for your housemates. So you may need to learn to present your points in a more transformative, less combative ways. IC also speaks of deeper roots, the spiritual, religious, or philosophical underpinnings of your early life. Just as the fish doesn't notice the water it swims in, it can be hard to see the spiritual assumptions you swam within as a child. These philosophical underpinnings could give you a deep connection to spirit or leave you feeling restricted or judged. Whether they imbued you with unconscious habits or were that from which you rebelled, until you examine those deep roots, they will define your foundational paradigm. Challenge. Unconscious patterns from your personal history may underlie the situation and need excavation. That is the series of the Seven of Swords. A gift. Build roots of your own. Feel your spine extend like a deep taproot of a tree. There. We have trees here as well, Emperor and Empress. Into the ground. Feel the strength of the earth pulsing up through you, holding you strong through any storm. Your physical bodies are safe. Y'all are safe to speak. It's safe for you to speak now about the truth. Truth. The truth is, right now, the truth that I'm talking about addressing in this is you're gonna have to speak up about your twin flame journey and divine counterpart. Uh, it's going to be like you're gonna have to stick in your confidence. You're gonna have to hold your ground. How about showing up as trees? And anyways, like it's gonna come by easily to you. You're gonna have to put your foot down, is what I'm saying. Like tell people to back off immediately in conversations, even if it's politely, like, they'll understand that you're telling them to back off. Like, they're, I mean, I have ultimate clarity. We have solar calm. We have clarifier. I have ultimate clarity on my journey. I know my divine counterpart is so and so. Is not so and so. Yeah, sure, all of these other things exist, but this is fixed. It's permanent. It is what it is. The one is the one. And all of this, all of this fear programming, all of these thought forms, these deceptive thought forms, were there for a reason. Completely different to twin flame journey, my twin flame journey. I have the clarity and move on. Whoever it is that you need to say this to, how many ever people that you need to say this to, no matter. Keep saying it on repeat. On repeat. The 3D, I'm safe in my 3D world. I know who my divine counterpart is. You're giving me this, that, oh, but then this said, this, that, blah, this, blah. No, I'm done with that. I'm going towards my divine counterpart. I'm on that journey. I'm in the divine counterpartship. We're constantly orbiting each other. So that's all I have for you right now. I might come back later or tomorrow after I wake up.